Would you like some good quality anime merch? Well, you can get that from our sponsor today, Beautiful Halo, link in the description below, and use code MEME for 5% off on your next $49 plus order, and on your next $99 plus order, you can get 10% off with code MEME. Before we begin this video, I want to remind you guys that I do have a gaming channel which I will be uploading from October, and I have been finding a few games that I could upload there, and I love Among Us, and I will be uploading that. Anywho, also I want to thank you for 122 subscribers there, and before we begin this video, I just want to remind you guys of the new system that I'm going to be taking on. 3 videos for, 3 parts for one series, and also only 3 videos a week on my main channel. And for now, it's just going to be main channel videos, 3 videos a week. But as soon as October comes around, it's going to be 7 videos from me a week, especially because I'm going to be uploading every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday on my on my main channel, and every Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday, Sundays are going to be gaming videos, and I hope you'll enjoy it. And please take care, stay safe. This was the King of Weebs there, and this is after the video. So anywho, let's if you guys could get 200 subscribers, if you can get my gaming channel to 200 subscribers before October, that'll be a real amazing boost. And I hope you'll all enjoy the content there that will be soon uploaded there. Anywho, peace, and roll the intro. Welcome. You see, this is what happens when you don't record for a few days. Welcome back, guys. This is the King of Weebs here, and this is what if Naruto had half hot and half cold part 1. And the only reason I'm redoing this because it's my mistake, and I completely forgot everything about it. And also because I'm going to implement the 3-part series thing that I talked about. So part 1 is going to be an hour, part 2 is going to be an hour, and part 3 either an hour or 2 or whatever in between that, and maybe even more in case I don't cover enough in part 1 and 2. And I really don't want to do that because that's a lot, a lot of recording, but it is what it is. Anywho, we'll begin this what if with of course, since this is the 3rd time me making it, most of you should know how this is going to happen, but I'll explain it again. Minato is going to have ice release. This time I'm not gonna make him in Hokage. I'm literally just gonna make him Minato Namikaze, and he just has a Kikagenkai. I'll say it's a Kikagenkai passed down through the Namikaze clan, and not everyone gets it. Only a few certain people get it, and it is what it is. And Minato is one of those certain people who got it. Anywho, now Naruto, of course, he needs the hot part, and that's from his mother. I'll say that the Uzumaki clan, no, actually, the Uzumaki clan doesn't really, they don't have that Kikagenkai, sorry, anywho, but, Kushina was just given that Kikagenkai for some reason, and he got passed down to Naruto, and Kushina is the first Uzumaki to ever have it, and yeah, Naruto's the 2nd one. Anywho, everything goes the same as in the original for the beginning, how the Naruto attack goes the same and everything. And Naruto, of course, is born and he has a hair like Todoroki. And yeah, Naruto has been treated pretty much like shit. Yeah, so people just want to flush him down. Yeah, so now Naruto, who has been treated even worse than in the original, was walking, and just saying, this is 4-year-old Naruto. He was walking through the village, and he actually bumped into this one girl, and I'm not gonna say, I'm sorry, I'm not gonna say which ship it's going to be because I'm not sure yet. But he bumps into this one girl, one black-haired girl, and she has white eyes. And yes, I'm implementing Yumi. just because why not? And yeah, anywho, Yumi actually says, "Oh," and just saying, I'm not sure if I'm going to make the ship or maybe I am. I probably will, to be honest. Anywho, that depends on the future me, which is probably going to be tomorrow. And just saying, this is recorded on Saturday, and the only reason I'm doing this because I realized maybe I should pre-record so I don't really stress out. So today part 1, tomorrow part 2, and Monday should be part 3, which would it's not going to be uploaded today. I'm just going to record them, which should be it for 1 week of my time. And I hope you all still enjoy. Anywho, I should have said that at the beginning of the video, but whatever. Yumi, sorry, Yumi, actually said, "Oh, who might you be?" But she was actually with her friends, and of course, Yumi is still that one forbidden Hyuga. But it is what it is. And just saying, her friends got pretty pissed at Naruto for actually bumping into her, and they actually started kicking him, saying never to bump into Yumi ever again, or any of them, and always to beg for forgiveness, and they started kicking him in the hip. Like I said, that is something that man had to go through once, and man will never go through that again. Man's shook about that, and like, no, never again. Anywho, Naruto was crying on the floor. Naruto was kicked so hard and punched up. He got beaten to a pulp. He was actually bleeding until one of them actually said, "This is my brother gave me this. Maybe I should finish you off forever." And basically, it was a kunai, and she was about to finish him, kill him basically. And this is when Naruto just looked up, just like what happened in the Valley of the End, and it was literally Naruto looking at the kunai right before he hit him, and he actually let out his ice release, and a lot of people were like, "What the?" And Yumi, who was actually standing back, and Yumi wasn't strong. She wasn't like the strong. She wasn't a leader in the tribe. I'm joking, but she wasn't a leader. She wasn't one to actually be like, "Hey yo, you lot, stop that thing, yeah. Man don't like that thing, yeah." She's not like my boy. Ratreet is a pussy, fucking traitor. You'll understand that in the future because man be making gaming videos. More like my G Shokuro and that. Yeah. So she's not like Shokuro. She's more like the Ratreet, yeah, my guy. Anywho, she wasn't doing anything, and basically Naruto actually froze the kunai and broke it. Literally, Naruto's ice engulfed the kunai and made it into a ball, and just he broke. And it was just the top bit, not the actual handle. And the handle was actually blunt now, so even if she hit Naruto, she was just going to get a bump on his head. But Naruto then took this opportunity to actually run away, and unconsciously actually went into defensive ultra mode, yeah, plus ultra, and that. And yeah, Naruto says ice ice wall, and basically this is not Naruto, this is literally a side that Naruto has never met, and it's basically the one side that wants Naruto to survive and everything, because Naruto was like, "Nah, bruh, like, if they're gonna kill me now, fam. I ain't going through this pain no more." But just saying, Naruto's still knuckle-headed, or he will be knuckle-headed, because a lot of you think, like, I've seen some comments like, "Hey yo, the King of Weebs always making Naruto suicidal. Is he suicidal?" I'm not suicidal. Anyway, now Naruto ran away, and he actually bumped into the Hokage, who was actually walking, smoking his pipe, you know, walking and smoking, you know what I mean, the rhyme thing and that, rhyme styles. Anywho, now, Naruto, who actually was beaten up, bloodied and everything, he was crying on the ground, and the Hokage actually picked him up and said, "What's going on?" And basically had him in his arms, and saw up ahead there was a lot of like frozen, no, not frozen ice, what am I saying? There was a lot of frozen ice. There was a lot of cold air coming from there, and you could see a bit of steam, not steam, literally, you know when you open the fridge, that thing, yeah. Goddamn motorcycle, always when I record, every time, never fails. There's always this one dickhead that always has a boom. And just saying, sorry if I swear, but today, like, after what happened in Among Us with me, like, bro, frick me. Anywho, now, Naruto, who has been beaten up, he actually tells the Hokage everything. The Hokage actually makes a clone, which takes Naruto to the hospital, and of course he gets bandaged up and everything, while the Hokage takes care of everything. And Yumi, who was a witness, actually decided to vouch for Naruto and say that Naruto really didn't do anything wrong. He just bumped into her, and all her friends got bear pissed and that. You know what I mean? Anywho, and if you guys don't know what bear pissed means, it's a UK slang. It means very angry. Anywho, now 2 days pass, and Yumi has pretty much lost all her friend group because they think she's a snake. Yeah, she's a snitch, but nah, Yumi doesn't really care. She never really liked that friend group. They just came up to her and said, "Oh yeah, you're part of us now." Nah, Yumi's like, nah, bruh, okay, man didn't even want to be here. Yeah, so Yumi's hanging out with her adoptive brother, well, stepbrother, and no. I know a lot of you will like, yeah, stepbrother and that. No, yeah, stepbrother and Choji, Shikamaru's her stepbrother. Yeah, so she is Masa's adoptive brother. Yeah, so she's hanging out with them until Naruto, who has a broken arm. Yes, Naruto actually broke his arm during this little commotion 2 days ago, and he actually decided to come out again. He's like, why am I doing this? Let me just go out. Anywho, yeah, he actually meets them and he sees Yumi, and he actually starts panicking, and he actually goes the other way. He's like, nope, not again, never again. The boys there now. Yeah, they're probably gonna kill me for a second. I'm good. Yeah, so Naruto's actually fast walking away, but of course the other three actually surround him, and basically Naruto's like, what do you want? Do you want to beat me up that bad? And basically they're like, we don't want to beat you up. We want to know if you want to be our friend. And basically that was Shikamaru taking the lead, and basically Choji's like, yeah, we're eating his fucking crisps and that. You know what I mean? And anywho, Naruto looks at Yumi and then looks away and says, oh god damn it, friends with them, they'll kill me any day. And basically Yumi's like, hey, I'm sorry. And basically Naruto's like, it's fine, it was my fault the other day. And Yumi's like, no, it wasn't, it was me. I just bumped into you, not you bumping into me. That don't make sense, but yeah. So they both bumped into each other, not her bumping into him. You turn the corner, bump into someone, you both bumped into each other. It don't mean, yeah, if I turn the corner, bump into you, it don't mean I bumped into you. It don't mean you bumped into me. It means we bumped into each other. Like, use your logic, mate. I don't think that makes sense, but yeah. Anywho, so now Naruto actually decides to be friends with them, and he's really cautious about this friendship, because he doesn't know if they're going to like backstab him or something. You know what I mean? Yeah, he's not going to get annihilated, so he keeps away from them most of the times. He's really secretive. He kind of ghosts them every time they come to his door. Naruto either fakes he's out, or fakes he's sleeping, or just doesn't open the door. He's like, nah mate, go away. But of course he still sometimes bumps into them, and he will have to hang out with them then, because he cannot show that he doesn't want to be friends with them, because he doesn't really mind Choji or Shikamaru. No, actually he minds Shikamaru a bit more than Choji, because he looks a bit scarier, and he looks like he does know he's basically Yumi's brother, and he minds Yumi quite a lot, because Yumi is pretty much the reason why all those girls actually got pissed. Even though Yumi didn't do anything, he still doesn't want to provoke anyone that actually is friends with Yumi. Anywho, now Naruto one day, it's been a year now, and yeah, he's actually walking to the Hokage's office after actually doing a mad thing. He did a Mazzolini, yeah. So what he did is that he actually was about to drop a glass of water, but him being him, tried to stop it. He couldn't, so he throws the glass of water. Naruto now has an icicle, or allow it. Anywho, Naruto has a little tree looking thing, a little plant looking thing in the middle of his freaking kitchen, living room thing, and there's a glass of water on top of it. And he goes to the Hokage asking for help, since he's not strong enough to take it off and he doesn't break anything. So he asks the Hokage to go to his home, and the Hokage's like, yeah, sure, Naruto, what do you need? And basically he walks in and sees that Naruto throws the thing, yeah. And that ice was not even easy for the Hokage just to put his hand on it and literally heat it up. Boom. That don't happen. Naruto's ice was so cold that even the Hokage, using a bit of fire release in his hand, like, you know, heating it up, heating his hand up. I'm pretty sure a lot of people can do that, especially in the Narutoverse. I mean, if you can spit out fire, yeah, I'm pretty sure you can heat up your hand. Yeah, if you say no to that, hey bro, I don't know what you're on, but you're on something. Anywho, now, the Hokage asks Naruto, how did you do this? And Naruto's like, I was about to drop the glass of water and I just froze the thing. And basically, the Hokage's like, alright, allow that. And basically kicks it and breaks the glass and everything. And he's like, alright, you're coming with me. And Naruto's like, but the thing. And basically Naruto, and the Hokage's like, you're coming with me. And Naruto follows, and basically the Hokage takes him to this one place, this thing here. It's very dark in it, and basically says, you'll be joining the Anbu from today, Naruto Uzumaki. And Naruto's like, wait, hold up. Let me do the maths here. Let me calculate the thing. So joining the Anbu, so Anbu plus me equals me Anbu. Me Anbu equals to me being an Anbu. So he's like, nah G, I'm good. And basically, the Hokage is like, you'll get strong. You'll understand how to use your power, Naruto. And basically Naruto's like, oh, okay. And just saying, during this year, Naruto has actually been a bit more friendly with his friends, and he's been bonding with them and a bit more, and they know understand Naruto a bit more. And he is actually good friends with Yumi. He likes Yumi inside. Of course, you can't tell her. Anywho, Naruto is now walking home, and he knows that he'll have to move within a month, and so he actually spends that 1 month with his friends. And basically on the last day, Naruto tells them that this might be the last time they see him for a while. And they're like, why? And basically Naruto says, well, I'll be going somewhere, and I don't know when I'm coming back, so it might be a goodbye for the foreseeable future, and till we meet again. And of course Naruto does the thing that Goku done, yeah, that thing that made me cry inside and outside. It's enough to make a grown man cry. Anywho, Naruto walks away, and yeah, disappears in the sunshine of the sunset thing, yeah, in the horizon. And that Naruto goes home, starts crying, but packs his things up. Of course, he had a lot of them packed, and takes only his backpack, and the only things that he packed are basically his garbage things, and threw them away. Man just played the game of Among Us and that with the crew, with the Discord server and that. You know what I mean? If you want to play with me and that, you can join me. You can join the Discord server in the link description below. That don't make sense, but yeah. Anyway, so Naruto joins the Anbu, the mafia thing, yeah. So now that Naruto's gone and his friends don't really know where he went, there was pretty much nothing they could really do, but they actually went to visit Naruto. Even though he said he's going to move, they wanted to see if Naruto actually went, and maybe he's just trying to avoid them like he used to back in the days, because they knew Naruto used to avoid them. Anywho, so they go and they realize that Naruto's house is for sale, and they realize that Naruto actually left, and yeah, they were pretty sad that Naruto actually had to leave, but it is what it is. Anywho, Naruto joined the Akatsuki, and basically for the next let me do the maths real quick. It's 5 plus 8, 3 years, and then plus another 4, 7 years. Yeah, so professionalist and that. You see, man's professional, so I'm a professionalist, you know what I mean? Anyway, so for the next 7 years, Naruto has been training with Danzo. Since it's before the you know, Uchiha massacre, he even got to train with Shisui, who actually helped him achieve the unlocation and that. Yeah, so qualification, I mean, yeah, so Naruto actually qualified to become an Anbu team leader at the age of 10, and this was 2 years after Shisui's death, which Naruto was really saddened about, because Shisui was like an older brother to him. Remember, Naruto's not like locked up in the Anbu. Naruto can go out, and he doesn't really mind the Anbu, so he'll stay as an Anbu until he's 12 and that. And yeah, basically Danzo realizes that Naruto is, even though he's strong enough and he's actually qualified and has enough skills and experience to be an Anbu team leader, he actually then gets pressured by the third Hokage, who's the first one to actually tell Naruto to join the Anbu. But and just saying this was 2 years after, and I'm not mentioning any of Naruto's abilities in that, because Naruto's kind of overpowered in that, and I'll be telling you over the time in that, you know what I mean in that. Yeah, so and that. So Naruto has been training quite hard, and I'll just tell you the level of strength he is on in that. So technically, right now, 10-year-old Naruto is actually already tuning level, high tier tuning level. Yeah, you know, tuning level. Yeah, so that level, tuning level, high tier tuning level. Yeah, so I'm a broken disc. So yeah, Naruto now has been training even harder with Danzo only, and yeah, he's actually been learning quite a few techniques, and he realized that he has an affinity for all 5 chakra niches. And just saying, Danzo has been peer pressured by the Hokage, because the Hokage actually only allowed Naruto to join because Danzo was the one who actually pressured him to join. But then now, once he told Jiraiya was pretty pissed at the Hokage and said, "Why did you allow this to happen? He's my godson." And basically, the Hokage was really apologetic. So he's like, "Alright, I'll get him out of the Anbu." And yeah, Naruto was in the Anbu for another 1 year and a half, and mid year, well, now it's his 6.5 year, and basically Danzo couldn't have it anymore, even though he doesn't want to let Naruto leave the arm, because Naruto is pretty freaking overpowered, and like Naruto's worth keeping. He doesn't wanna, but in the end he had to. And yeah, now Naruto, who actually didn't really know much about the outside world, since he was pretty much a shine in the army and that, you know what I mean, and that. So yeah, he enrolls in the academy last year, and he sees a few familiar faces. For example, one of the girls that beat him up, was actually one of the girls that beat him up was actually there, and unfortunately, he had to be Ino. And yes, I didn't mention that in the beginning, because why not? Anywho, Naruto walks in and says hello to everyone, because he had to introduce himself because of Iruka, even though Naruto's like, "Oh no, please, no, I got bullied by these mans. Please, Iruka-sensei, have mercy on a poor man like me," you know what I mean? Anywho, Naruto actually goes and sits next to his old childhood crush, and he's like, "Damn, she's grown." Anywho, Naruto then says, "God damn." Anywho, now Naruto, who was actually on his own, doing his work, and just saying, Naruto's smart, like brain smart, and just saying, as I said, he did unlock his other side of strength, and just saying, he's pretty overpowered, you know what I mean, qualification in that. He got the qualification in the Chunin rank and that. Anywho, just saying, now that it's another 2 years, Naruto has actually become a Jonin level ninja, and he won't show any of his strength. He will actually just he actually has a plan in mind where he's not going to show anything unless it's needed, like someone's about to die or something, some BS like that. But of course he won't allow it, since he's pretty much a Jonin anyway. Now Naruto, who's been training all his life, he actually decides to spend his time with the girl he loved, and with the 2 people who actually cared about him. And of course, Jiraiya actually came back to the village, but he only came to spy on Naruto for a bit, and saw that Naruto was actually hanging out with his friends, and he saw that Naruto was able to smile after even joining the Akatsuki and that. So now Naruto, Jiraiya was happy enough, and he's like, "Alright, cool, I'm going," and he goes off. Anywho, Naruto, who now has been in the academy for 4 months, is told about the final exam, and Naruto's like, "Can I know what it is?" And basically Ruka's like, "Yeah, it's about the things that we learned over these years, a few techniques." And Naruto's like, "What kind of techniques?" And Iruka says, "Well, this year it's probably going to be the clone jutsu." And Naruto's like, "Clone? But I already know the shadow clone jutsu." And basically Naruto then shows him that he can do multiple shadow clones, and fills up the room. And just saying, this was after school, and yeah, so it is what it is. And yes, Naruto after this passed and got his headband, and just saying he actually put on his arm like Shikamaru does, and he walks off. Of course, he actually walks towards his friends, and in the end, he actually finds out that his friends were actually waiting for him, and they actually overheard the conversation, and they realized that Naruto. Just saying, Naruto did tell them that he was actually in the Anbu, and Naruto has a sadistic side to himself, and there is something that Danzo's been planning in the behind the scenes. He's not going to let Naruto go that easily. Naruto will have to do missions to the Anbu every single day, and Naruto still does it, and he still finds the time to go to school, to hang out with his friends, and at night do his missions. Naruto inside is stressed out, and the amount of stress that is inside of him will come in to get his ass afterwards. Anywho, lol, get his ass. Anywho, now Naruto, who has passed, actually goes to his friends, and his friends actually congratulate him, and they say that Naruto is actually amazing, and he already knows all these things, and they actually ask Naruto to train him, and Naruto's like, yeah, sure, we can do it after school, but only up to 7, because I have some things to do. As always, we always finish our hanging out at 7, and they always ask they actually ask Naruto, not always, they actually ask today Naruto why this is, basically Naruto says, well, uh it's something that he has to keep a secret, and basically they're like, okay, and they were kind of curious, but if it's a secret, they don't want to get into Naruto's personal private life. If he doesn't want to share with them, it's his choice. It's like freedom of speech, you know what I mean. Anywho, Naruto, then from then on, he actually stresses out even more. It's not because of his friends. Like, he's fine with teaching them. It's just that the army missions and everything together is just too much. Especially even though he doesn't have to go to school anymore, he still attends just because he still wants to hang out with his friends as much as possible. But it is what it is. And yeah, Naruto's stress is just stockpiling, literally getting stronger and stronger every day. Anyways, now Naruto and his friends actually all pass, and yes, the teams are actually the same. Even though Naruto passed earlier, he really didn't have any data. He never did any exams or anything, even though he already knew the Shadow Clone Jutsu. Doesn't mean that he did well in exams or anything, because he never done any. So technically, he was put last in the class, even though Eureka and pretty much everyone knows that Naruto shouldn't be there. But he still put in Team 7, like in the original, and all the teams are exactly the same, except for Team 8, which is actually, sorry, wait, except for Team 8, which is actually without Kiba, because Kiba actually is a year ahead of them. Yes, a lot of people are like, hey, instead of getting rid of Kiba, why don't you just get rid of Tenten? And I'm like, oh yeah, she didn't really do much in the series. Yeah, you're hella smart, you know. Yeah, so Yumi will be taking Kiba's place. And just saying, Shikamaru has actually been able to strengthen his Shadow Possession Jutsu, same as Yumi, but Yumi has actually been able to use her Byakugan more efficiently, because Naruto knows a lot about all the clans, dojutsus, and everything, but it is what it is. And yeah, Naruto has helped Choji actually master his body expansion jutsu during these last two month and a half, pretty much. Anywho, now of course Team 7 has to wait for their team, and yeah, Kakashi walks in pretty late, and Naruto isn't too fussed about it, because he actually knows a lot about Kakashi, and he has a lot of information about him, and he knew that Kakashi was a former Anbu team leader, and yeah, so he could kinda relate to him. But Naruto has a different fighting style from most of the Anbus. Most of the Anbus actually use a sword, but Naruto keeps it, instead of keeping it on him, he actually keeps it in a scroll, so he doesn't wear it, and he goes around just scaring people off if they actually try to fight him, especially because now that Naruto is a lot stronger, people can see, they actually can feel Naruto's presence, so no one really messes with them and with him. So yeah, and just saying, Naruto's presence is pretty heavy. not heavy as I mean like weight wise. Like if you're around him, you can feel a presence, like the gravity around you is just higher somehow. But it is what it is, and damn, my eyes are hurting. I'm gonna go sleep after this. Anywho, uh Kakashi still thinks that they're pretty boring, and he actually has an eye out for Naruto, because the Hokage actually asked Kakashi to keep an eye out for him, since he was in the Anbu, and Naruto hasn't been showing too much of a change, since most Anbus usually, once they join and once they are actually back out after their training and everything, they actually act a lot different, and Kakashi knows that through first-hand experience. Anywho, he knows that the Anbu changes people, and in his case, it was mostly because of his, comrades' death. But the Anbu changed him quite a bit too, and it gave him more of a killer instinct than other times. But it is what it is, and now Kakashi knows that Naruto must have been changed. There's no way a kid like him, who joined at an even younger age than he himself, wouldn't be able to be changed by Danzo. And he knows that Danzo is one snaky person, just like Orochimaru is, and he is what he is. And Naruto doesn't really, he hasn't, he has changed quite a lot, to be honest, but he doesn't show it, especially to his friends. But when he's actually fighting for real, there is a big change in Naruto's like fighting style and personality. Especially because it's mostly that he was in the army, but it is what it is. Naruto has to do this. No, well, he doesn't have to. He's just had the army. The route is made, like it's made to change people into weapons. And Naruto is a mass destruction weapon, not only being the Naruto's Jinchuriki, but being the holder of two Kekkaigenkais, passed down by the fourth Hokage and Kushino Uzumaki, the former host of the Naruto's. And not many people actually know about the fourth Hokage's Kekkaigenkai, because he never really used it, and only the people who were fighting with him in the front lines of the war, or the people who were fighting against against Naruto's 12 years ago, pretty much know. And those are the people who usually actually knew about the secret, and the people who actually survived, and the people who actually saw, because some people didn't really see, even though they were fighting. And even not even there weren't many people who even saw Minato use it, especially you think there were the people who actually threw the kunais for Minato to actually just teleport to. No, they didn't even see it, because Minato was so good at it, and Minato really didn't even need to use his Kekkaigenkai, only against like strong opponents. For example, the Eight Tails knows, the Minato actually went a bit hard on them. Not only did he just teach them a lesson of speed, but taught them a lesson of not to always wear short sleeves like they do. Anywho, you know what I mean, because they always have short sleeves, and Minato just froze their arms, and then they were like, shies, and basically they broke through the ice with sheer strength, especially the Eight Tails and the A. But it is what it is. Now Kakashi takes them to the roof and asks them about the dreams. Of course, the two Sasuke, who's actually a bit stronger here, just because he's been training after seeing that Naruto has actually passed the academy before him, but he still has attended classes, and he's like, he's just trying to show off. I'll show him. But it is what it is. Sasuke's dream is the same as Sakura, but Naruto is actually different. Naruto is asked, and basically Naruto says, my likes, training, and being close to my loved ones. And basically Kakashi is like, loved ones? Does he have any? And basically he's like, oh, his friends, I forgot. Does he have any? Anyway, and then Naruto's like, my dislikes are people who just don't get to the point and are late to appointments, important ones too. And basically Naruto's actually taken a bit of a darker tone here, because Naruto is not with his friends, and he doesn't really have to act all kind with them. He doesn't really act. When he's with his friends, he's a completely different person, but he doesn't really have to be that person here. So he might as well just be the person that he was in the Anbu. So basically, after Shisui's death, Naruto kind of changed quite a bit too, since he was there for 3 years. Even though he was changed already during the first year, he was still a bit of like a kid, something. Sorry guys, I just broke something. A kid that was happy and used to smile at everyone, but then after Shisui's death, Naruto realized that even Shisui, some of the strongest Shisui, got killed in battle, and he knew it was actually Danzo, and Danzo was the one to kill him, and he never really held a grudge. What the hell did I just break again? Wait 1 second. Sorry for the interruption, but anywho, Naruto actually changed since, of course, as I explained, Danzo killed him, and he didn't really have a grudge since he knew about it, and Shisui said that Danzo was always after his eyes. But if one day Danzo takes his eyes and kills him, never to hold a grudge, because Shisui actually knows about it and is what he is. And Shisui wasn't really expecting it then, because he thought that Danzo was on his side about the Kotomatsukami thing. That's why he's probably going to take them afterwards, but afterwards there's no really point, so he wasn't really too fussed about it. He only cared about protecting the Uchiha clan and the Leaf, and that was pretty much his life goal right there. And then continue protecting the Leaf however, in any possible way. But it is what it is, and that happened. Shizu was kind of changed from the original. He actually didn't really care about his eyes being taken away, because then he had multiple ways of getting them back, especially because the Hokage is pretty strong. But it is what it is. And anyways, Naruto says that he's this. Oh yeah, I just already said he's disliked. So anyways, again, Naruto actually says that he well, I said it wrong again. Anyways, of course, after this, Naruto and Team 7 was kind of perplexed. Well, not Naruto, Team 7 was kind of perplexed, and they were like, people that don't get straight to the point. Fair enough, I guess there are people like that. And basically, Kakashi's like, maybe this one's a bit more interesting. And he doesn't get what does he mean by get to the point. And what he means is that he hates Danzo. Danzo, always that, oh, you gotta get very strong, you know what I mean? And that, and basically, he says that, oh, Naruto, you have so much potential, like you can get so strong, you're like my grandson. And basically that's how Danzo used to act towards him. And basically Naruto's like, just get to the point, fam, you just want my power for the village. You should have said that from the very beginning, my guy. You don't have to prolong this thing, fam. I hate people like that. Get to the freaking point. And basically that's what Naruto means, and he hates people like those. Anywho, now not that Danzo's out his way. He doesn't really want to do missions, but he has to keep going. And also he hates it because Danzo hasn't given him a day off since his birthday of 3 years ago. Yes, Naruto has been doing missions for that long, and it is what it is. And Naruto at this point, he doesn't really care. The stress, like he can't even feel the stress, but that's what he thinks, that he got so used to the stress that it's second nature for him to be stressed, but it's not. Naruto does not understand the amount of stress inside of him, and that it's actually eating up his body inside, eating up his chakra, to be honest, slowly and slowly. And of course the stress will hit in the worst times in the stories. Anyway, now Team 7 is told about the next exam that they will have to see who the true who will actually if they are ready to be Genins yet, or yeah, whatever. He doesn't tell them that, but of course he tells them about the bell test. He doesn't tell them about what the test is going to be about, but he just tells them not to eat. And Naruto's like, yeah, I'm not going to trust that. And of course Naruto actually wakes up late, since he knows about Kakashi's lateness, and goes there at 12 o'clock instead of 8 a.m. and yeah, actually arrives at the same time as Kakashi. And Kakashi sees that Naruto's not famished like the other two, and they're like, what the hell, Naruto, why'd you take so long? And Naruto's like, shouldn't you be saying that to him and not me? And basically they're like, ah, shit, yeah, true, but wait, Naruto, why don't you look hungry? And basically Naruto's like, cause I ate. And basically Kakashi's like, whatever, let's go. And the other two are like, what the hell, he's not going to say anything. And basically they realize that Kakashi must have tricked them to make it harder on them. And Naruto's like, no shit, Sherlock, took your day. And basically no shit, Sherlock, took your day. Anywho, now of course Kakashi explains the test to them, and Naruto actually this time says, "So are you saying that there's only gonna be two of us that pass?" And Sakura's like, "What do you mean? We're a team, right?" And basically, Naruto's like, "Can you not see there's only two bells, or are you blind?" And basically, Sakura's like, "Oh yeah, why?" And basically, Kakashi says exactly like Naruto said, "Only two of you will pass, and the other one will actually go back to the academy." Naruto doesn't really know about this test or anything about it, so he actually trusts these words of Kakashi, and he's like, "Sure, just got to the point yesterday. Kind of hate you now." And basically, Kakashi's like, "Yeah, sorry, my bad." Anyway, now Kakashi begins the test and tells them that they have an hour, and Naruto actually says, "Alright, an hour should be enough to beat the hell out of you. And I'll teach you to always get to the point from now on." And Kakashi is like, "Don't get cocky, you damn brat." And basically, Naruto's like, "Yeah, sure." And basically, as soon as the bell test began, Naruto actually didn't go anywhere and stayed in front of Kakashi, and Kakashi is like, "Oh, so you really think you can beat me?" And basically, Naruto's like, "Not really, I just want to teach you a lesson since you weren't getting to the point yesterday." And basically, Kakashi's like, "You really are a damn brat, aren't you?" And basically, Naruto's like, "No, I just hate people like you." And Kakashi's like, "Oh yeah, you told me yes." And basically, as soon as he says that, Naruto uses his ice impaling jutsu, and he's not holding anything back because he really hates people that don't get to the point, and they just remind him of Danzo. Anywho, now, so Naruto, who actually used the ice impaling jutsu, nearly impaled Kakashi in the chest and killed him. But Kakashi's reaction to him was pretty fast, and Kakashi realized that this kid's no joke, and he takes down his mask and and he's starting to use the Sharingan. Naruto's like, "So already using the Sharingan, interesting." And basically, Kakashi realized that he underestimated this kid, and he's much stronger than any ordinary Anbu. He's actually, he kind of reminds him of Itachi Uchiha, the prodigy that he met a few years ago when Itachi actually became an Anbu, and Kakashi was actually in charge of him, and he saw that how much like potential and how much of a prodigy Itachi was, and he can see that in Naruto. And basically, Naruto then says, "If you say sorry, maybe I'll forgive you and I won't kill you." And basically, Kakashi's like, "Don't get cocky, you damn brat, I told you that before." And basically, Kakashi actually body flickers behind Naruto. Naruto really couldn't, literally, even though he trained with Shisui, the body flicker, Naruto was actually really cocky here. And this is his mistake. And remember, whoever gets cocky really gets it in the face. Oh, sorry. That was my pumper, my ball pumper I bought the other day. I just used it. My bad. That was my bad. Sorry, guys. Anywho, now Naruto turns around and realizes that Kakashi already is using his feet and kicks him right in the face to the back of the feet. Anywho, the heel of the feet. I don't know. Whatever. Naruto gets blown back and backflips in the air and realizes that this is not going to be an easy fight, and he underestimated Kakashi. And then Naruto smiles and says, "If you, maybe I shouldn't underestimate Kakashi of the Sharingan after." And basically Kakashi is like, "Shut up, you damn brat, you pissed me off." And basically he actually body flickers again, but Naruto this time, actually being on guard, he says, "You're much slower than older brother Shisui." And basically Kakashi's like, "What?" And basically Naruto actually dodges this, and Kakashi's like, "Damn." He actually dodged, and basically Naruto gets a kunai, and they both clash, and there was a pretty big spark now. And Sasuke, who actually was watching this fight, and he's like, "Let me find an opening, dude. Let me find an opening and come in, sweep the bells," and you know what I mean. And basically he sees this opening, and what he does, he comes out of the bushes or the trees, and not only does he throw kunais, but then he actually does a jutsu. He says fire style, Fire Phoenix jutsu, and just saying, Naruto knows that technique too because he trained with Itachi as well. If I didn't mention that, I'm sorry. Anyway, I'm not going to mention what Naruto really learned until now, since the story is actually really starting to get heated. Anyway, now Sasuke used this technique, and Kakashi realized that maybe these two are planning something, and it's not true. Naruto then says, "You goddamn idiot, why'd you get in my way?" And basically Kakashi took this opportunity to not dodge and actually strangle Naruto, who Naruto really wasn't expecting it, and says, "For an Anbu, you really are an idiot." And basically Naruto said, "You freaking retard." And basically Kakashi's like, "What'd you say?" And basically Naruto actually opens his mouth and gets his tongue out, and basically and he has a paper bomb. And Kakashi realized that he messed up, and not only does Naruto explode, but before that, as soon as Naruto exploded, no, the actually fire kunais actually hit Kakashi, but from the smoke, once the smoke cleared, Naruto was like, huh, time to get the bells, and basically, well, Sasuke was like, time to get the bells, and then he sees that there's a piece of log with all the kunai stuck to it, and basically Naruto's like, damn idiot, look behind you, and basically Sasuke looks behind him to see Kakashi, who's looking pretty scary, with two, and he's about to annihilate Naruto, and Sasuke, and basically Naruto's like, alright, I'll forgive you since you're giving me a good fight, and you're going straight to the point instead of actually holding back. And basically Kakashi's like, you damn brat, do you really think he was my target? And basically he was actually luring Naruto in, because Naruto, he knows, he actually, he knows that Naruto wouldn't allow his teammate to actually get beaten, and especially because he can understand that Naruto is not the type, from what he saw, Naruto is not the type of guy to actually give up his teammates, and he could tell that just by how Naruto looked, and that's pretty impressive, especially from Kakashi. He's not some kind of Naruto or something, and this is just plot, allow it. Anywho, Kakashi only lured Naruto in, or lured. I don't know how to say it, guys. Please, it's another word that I cannot say. Anywho, he lured Naruto in as bait, and basically then body flickered behind him and actually did the same thing Janemba did to Paikon in the Fusion Reborn movie. And if you guys watched Dragon Ball Z Fusion Reborn, I watched as a kid, and you should know about this, or I'll actually put a little picture of it right now. Anywho, Kakashi really wasn't holding anything back, and kind of annihilated Naruto. And Naruto, after that little beating he got, he was on the floor and unconscious. Well, he seemed like it. Of course, Naruto is not that easy to beat, and what that really was, it was an actual clone, an exploding clone, and the paper bomb was still on it, while Sasuke and Kakashi were, well, Sasuke actually came in using his little taijutsu skill, and yeah, he tried it against Kakashi, but Kakashi easily stopped him. But then, out of nowhere, there was an explosion on Kakashi's back, and it was the clone that exploded. And Kakashi, after this, realized that Naruto is smart than just letting himself get caught like that against Kakashi, and realized that he messed up, and he got confused. And now, basically, Naruto came out of nowhere and kicked him in the face, and Kakashi went back, well, got pushed back. Naruto said, Kakashi Sensei, you really want to fight me? And basically, Kakashi's like, finally, you're taking it seriously, huh? Naruto's like, well, you are using your Sharingan. And basically, Kakashi's like, then let's fight properly. And basically, Sasuke actually lands next to Naruto and said, hey, you idiot, you could have killed me too there. And basically, Naruto's like, you're the idiot for even going up against him when you clearly knew that you're no match for him. And basically Sasuke's like, then what are you? You've been using exploding clones to escape him. And Naruto's like, I've never escaped him. I've never even fought him once with my true self. And basically Sasuke's like, wait, what? And he thought that Naruto used some kind of substitution jutsu like Kakashi, how he substituted with a log. He thought that Naruto did it with his clone that he actually created beforehand. But of course, that's not what really happened. Naruto really just outsmarted Kakashi there. Anywho, during this time, Sakura was actually realizing that maybe she should help, and she actually saw something that happened to Kakashi's belts. She actually was keen to actually help this time, since Naruto and Sasuke are doing so much to help her, well, to actually win. And she decided that if she's going to be this useless against Kakashi, she's going to at least help them get the bells and give it to them, because she actually realized here, after seeing Naruto and Sasuke, especially Naruto, who has shown to have skills beyond anything she could ever imagine, she actually decided to help them pass and let herself fail. She's going to take the bells and give it to them, so them two can actually pass the exam and actually good ninjas, unlike her, according to her, will be able to pass and become great shinobi to save, to help the world in the future. Of course, that's not true. How she's thinking is actually she's thinking in a great way. She's thinking that maybe I should help them pass and say are better than me in every single way, and it will help the future generations or the future. And she's thinking ahead. She's thinking really smart, but it is what it is. And now Naruto, who actually was getting ready to actually fight Kakashi properly, sees Sakura getting ready to sneak behind the Kakashi, and then that's when it hit him. Naruto realized that it's actually a team. Basically, they will need to work as a team. He realized that this is all about teamwork. Naruto then smirked and said, "So there was a catch all along." And basically, now he changed and he realized that he has to fight in a better way. He shouldn't fight all out like he said he would, but he should fight with his teammates. He realized something new. He realized that maybe it's not all about strength like what he thought it was. And basically now Naruto actually drops he drops the gun. He's like, nah fam, that's enough, gotta fight properly. And basically now Naruto then looks at Sasuke and says, "Sasuke, I'm sure you noticed who that is. We have to fight together." And Sasuke's like, "With you?" And basically Naruto's like, "We really need to fight together. If we don't, we're going to lose this, even if we get the bells." And basically Sasuke's like, "What do you mean?" And basically Kakashi's like, "Why are you talking now, Naruto?" And basically he tries to blitz Naruto, but then both Naruto and Sasuke were actually able to dodge. And basically Naruto then says, Sasuke actually realized that maybe Naruto's right. Kakashi is a hard opponent, and Naruto couldn't beat him even on his own. And he realized that Naruto has much stronger. He's much stronger. Naruto is much stronger. He realized himself, and so he then said, "All right, I accept this proposal. Let's fight together." And basically now, Naruto, who now understood how ninjas have to fight, it's not all about one person, but now it's about multiple people. In his eyes, he thought that a team really didn't matter, because when he was in the Hanbu, Naruto used to fight alone. Even though he had the team, he was a team captain, he didn't care. He was just doing everything on his own, because he was so strong that he completely isolated himself. Of course, this wasn't the Naruto that this Naruto actually came out after Shisui's death. Shisui always told him that it's not all about strength and everything. It's about friendships. And Shisui knew that well, because he knows that he's strong. But look, he had friends. Itachi was his friend. And he knows that even if he fights on his own, he fights well. But when he fights with Itachi, it's impossible to beat them. Don't you think? If Shisui was to fight Minato, alright, it would be a hard fight for Minato. And we can't really say who'd win if we don't know, but I'd say Shisui. But imagine Shisui and Itachi together against someone like Minato. Hey bro, Minato's had no chance. There's no way he can beat from the get-go. Nah, I'm good. Anywho, now Naruto actually says fire style, fire inferno, and basically what he did is that he actually surrounded both him and Kakashi in a fire circle, and Kakashi's there, "So you want to fight me on your own?" And Naruto's like, "Nope." And basically, as soon as he said that, Sasuke actually came out of nowhere and did a fireball jutsu, and Kakashi realized that Naruto actually understood what it meant to fight together. And basically now, what he did is that he said, "Even though you understood the true meaning of this test, it doesn't mean I'm going to let you win easily." And basically just puts out his hand and literally catches the fireball and just clenches his fist and destroys the fireball. And basically now, Naruto realized that Kakashi is no joke. And basically what he did is that he actually used the wind release jutsu and said wind style, wind tornado. And basically what he did is that he created a tornado which took away the fire, but he kind of confused Kakashi because he couldn't really see anything and there was a lot of smoke. And basically now, Kakashi couldn't really see properly. Even with the Sharingan, he was able to see, but there was too much debris. Now, out of nowhere, Kakashi felt a hand on his shoulder, and that was Naruto. Naruto wasn't joking around now. Naruto had actually wings, and these wings were made out of fire. No one could really see, but Kakashi actually saw. I basically saw something different in Naruto. He didn't see Naruto, but he saw something more like the devil. You know what I mean? But of course, it's not the devil. Then Kakashi actually realized that this is just him being scared, and just wait, what? And basically Naruto's like, you lost your, you let your guard down, Kakashi Sensei. And basically Kakashi tried to move, but realized that his feet are actually stuck to the ground. Sasuke and Sakura don't really know about Naruto's Kekkei because Naruto's the incident with Naruto actually uh, went unknown. You know, he actually was kept a secret by the Hokage. Or Ino didn't tell anyone. Yumi didn't tell anyone. Of course, Shikamaru and Choji don't know about it either. Anywho, now, Naruto said, "This is a loss for you, Kakashi Sensei." And then I don't know, Sakura came in the way and took the two bells. And basically, then Sasuke came in and did a fireball jutsu on Kakashi. Kakashi's back got burnt, and the ice got melted. Naruto actually created the weakest ice he could ever do, that any heat could actually melt. And it was enough for, even Sasuke, again, was able to extinguish the ice. And basically Naruto let go, actually went back to his normal state. Sakura couldn't really see. Her eyes were hurting because of the, because of the, dust. Anywho, now, the dust clears, the smoke clears, and Kakashi is kind of burnt. And he's burning. It's burnt. And of course Naruto actually came in out of nowhere. Actually, he came behind Kakashi and just touched his back. Kakashi's like, "Oh, what are you doing?" And basically Naruto said, "Stay still." And basically Kakashi's like, "What?" And Naruto actually cools down his back. He doesn't actually use ice. I'm sure some of you got that idea, but nah. Naruto just cools down his back, and Kakashi's like, "How are you doing this?" And Naruto's like, "Just shush." And basically Kakashi's like, "Alright, thank you." Anywho, now, Team 7 won. Of course, since Naruto was in this team, and of course they're gonna win anyways. It was plot armor, but still, the fight was a lot different. Naruto actually learned something new. He learned that teamwork, it's something really important. He was fighting Kakashi at a a good level, but he wasn't really getting anywhere. Even with his clones, he wasn't really getting anywhere, and he was thinking of actually using his true power, his full power. But of course, after he started using his teamwork, all he had to do is show a bit of his power to Kakashi, but he didn't even use it against him. All he did is that he freezes eye, freeze, Kakashi's legs or feet. You know what I mean? Anywho, after this, Kakashi congratulates Team 7 on finding out what the true what the true meaning of this exam was. Sasuke understood, Sakura actually understood after Naruto and Sasuke actually nodded to each other when they dodged Kakashi, and she's like, maybe, wait, don't tell me they have to work together. We have to work together. And yeah, of course, they found out and they won. Anywho, Kakashi congratulates them, and they're all happy. Of course, Naruto actually created a little bond with Sasuke, and Sasuke said, "You're really impressive, Naruto. I respect it." And basically now, Naruto says, "You're pretty strong yourself. And basically then, Naruto and Sasuke look at Sakura, and basically they both smile at her. Even Sasuke smiles, and Sakura's like, "Wait, what?" And basically Naruto's like, "Sakura, it was all thanks to you. You're the one who was trying to sneak behind Kakashi, and that gave me that truly sparked the idea of teamwork in my mind, and I realized what this exam was all about. There was no way 3 Genins or 1 Genin could take the bells out from Kakashi Sensei." And basically then he's like, that 1 Genin against 1 Jonin, there's no way the Genin can win. But if 3 Genin team up, there might be a small possibility that they could actually dent. Like, let's say a toddler, if he punches a car, won't do much. Imagine 10 toddlers. If they punch one spot on a car or kick it, there definitely will be a dent. You know what I mean? Something like that. Yeah, so, yeah. And that's where I'm going to end off. And I hope you all enjoyed it. And this was King of Weebs. This is me coming back from a break, my full 5-day break. And yeah, also I just want to shout out myself. my gaming channel. I will be uploading there, and you guys got to 122 subscribers. Jesus fucking Christ. Anywho, also subscribe to Kazama, subscribe to Ratreet and Miniman123, and also follow Shoker on Instagram. Follow me on Twitter and Instagram, and also join my Discord server. All links are in the description below. And I want to thank Beautiful Halo again for the sponsorship. And yeah, anywho, hope you'll enjoy that. Please take care, stay safe. This was the King of Weebs, and peace.